Hello, I'm Dwayne Shigg, and welcome to another issue of Your Encouragement Encounter. I want to borrow for today's talk a title from my baby brother's book. His name is Terrence Shigg. He wrote a book called What If? You can go to Amazon.com and pick up a copy. What if? What if thinking can help you in the battle between fear and faith. Recently, I was visiting a couple of friends of mine, each of them going through their own what-if situations, if you will. One as it relates to relocation, the other as it relates to health. But both of those issues, both of them dealing with some fear and faith issues. Fear says, what if it doesn't happen? Faith says, what if it does? Fear says, what if I fall? Faith says, what if I get back up? So what if is becoming my mantra as I pursue my goals. So what if thinking? What if thinking will do a couple of things. First of all, it will persuade you. I grew up an angry young man, used to fight all the time, had some low self-esteem, some insecurity issues. I also grew up, as I went to Dorsey High School in Los Angeles, listening to some of the greatest music of the time, listening to radio stations KGFJ, K-Day, and KH, listening to DJs Alvin John Waples, Helen Waples, Baby Boy, as he called himself, and soulin' with Roland Bynum and the late Steve Woods. What if thinking persuaded me that I could do that? What if thinking persuaded me, even with my insecurities, even with my low self-esteem issues, what if thinking persuaded me to call one of the local radio stations one day, and then a few weeks later I was on the air, coming on saying something like, this Sunday evening saying something like, "Hello, I'm Dwayne Shigg with the best in gospel music, putting it in your ear right here at KMAX. What if thinking persuaded me that I could do that? What if thinking persuade you that you can do? What if thinking will also not only persuade you, but it will push you? Man that I know, born in the South in the early 30s, so you know what kind of issues he had to deal with. He wasn't very well educated academically, only had a 7th grade education. This man, as he grew up, also had some other issues. He had a gambling problem. But what if thinking was a type of thinking that could push him past all of that, push him through that so he could be pushed to some great things. This man, because of the things that what if thinking can do, pushed him to the point of being able to buy a couple of pieces of property, pushed him to the point where he was able to conquer his gambling problem, pushed him to where he was able to start his own business, pushed him to the point where he was getting paid for something that he loved to do and that he was good at, and that was cooking. Pushed him to the point of being what I call the greatest man I've ever known. Pushed him to that point. This man was my daddy, Benjamin Shigg. What if thinking can push you? What do you need what if thinking to push you to push you through? What if thinking not only will push you, not only will it persuade you, but what if thinking can place you? Tell you a story of a young lady that I know. She grew up feeling overlooked and feeling pushed back and pushed down. She had some early tragedies in her life, lost a couple of loved ones early in her life. This woman, because of what if thinking can do, placing her in a college classroom, even with all of those things that she was dealing with, feeling left out, feeling pushed back, feeling overlooked, placed her in a college classroom. She graduated, placed her at the state board to take her a licensing exam. Didn't make it the first time, didn't make it the second time, didn't even make it the third time. But what if thinking was the type of thinking that placed her back at that examination, and she passed it. What if thinking placed her back in school to get a bachelor's degree? It placed her back in school to get a master's degree. What if thinking, this is the greatest placement, it placed her in front of a church one day 33 years ago and married me, my wife Cheryl? What if thinking can place you in some great places? What if thinking can place you in some great places? It can push you to some great things. It can persuade you to keep going. What if thinking? What if thinking will work for you? What if you... That's going to do it for me. I trust that something was said that helped you in some way, would you please take a look at and like my Facebook page, Encouragement. And when you finish watching this, if you're watching this on Facebook, would you please just share it with someone that you know would be helped by it. Also, I want to tell you about two of my books. This one is called Encouragement for Your Endeavors. This will give you some inspirational information and some encouragement quotes that will help you on your journey. And this one, Others Have Been Successful, and you can too. So you can go to Amazon.com and get a copy of each of these. Get a copy for someone that you know. As I said, go to Amazon.com. Don't worry if you can't remember the name of the book. Just put my name in, Shigg. You won't get confused because there's only two other people on there with that name, my brother and my cousin. If you know someone that is looking for a speaker for their next event, have them contact me at drshigg@gmail.com. If you need a speaker for your next event, contact me at drshigg@gmail.com. That's drshigg@gmail.com. Well, until next time, you can do it. Be encouraged.